Welcome to Neighbors on the Street.
Hi friends, I'm Karel, and for the last 8 years I've had the privilege of spending time with some incredible friends, many of whom live on the street. Through our nonprofit, Grace and Bread, I've seen how powerful it is when we slow down long enough to listen to the people that most of us walk past every day. This podcast is about stories. It's about seeing people the way that Jesus sees them, not as projects, but as neighbors, because that's what they are. When I was a kid, I walked past I don't know how many people. It wasn't intentional, and I just didn't have a better understanding. Until I got to college, a buddy of mine invited me to a prison ministry that he was a part of, and it changed my whole perspective. It changed my life. I left there, and I remember thinking, when I get back to Memphis, I have to find something similar or like this to get him plugged in with. It took a few years, but after meeting with different people and working with somebody at a different nonprofit, Grace and Bread was formed. And it reminds me of what Jesus talked about in Matthew 22. You know, he's discussing and it describes the greatest commandment. And he says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. And that the second's like it, to love your neighbor as yourself. And for me, the word neighbor, it changes a lot of things. It might even change everything, to be honest. It's not about who lives next door to us. I guess it could be, but it's about who's near us, who's right in front of us. The people that I've met on the street have taught me so much about resilience and honestly what it means to rely on God every day. Many of them have become true friends. They've gotten to know my wife and my kids. And through these conversations, I hope you'll be able to meet them too. Each episode, I'll sit down with one of my friends from the street. We'll talk about their story, the good things, the hard things, the honest things. And these aren't interviews about being homeless. They're conversations about being a human and the hope that we find in Jesus. My prayer is that through these stories that you'll see what I've been able to see, that God's love, it shows up in the most unexpected places. So welcome to the Neighbors on the Street. I hope you'll join me, not just to listen, but to learn how to be a better neighbor. Because when we slow down long enough to know someone's name, to hear their story, to share a meal with them, we start to see the kingdom of God breaking through right here on the streets. Thank you for being here and for being a neighbor.